Imagine waking up every single day feeling trapped inside a story someone else wrote for you. That no matter how much you hustle, innovate, or push, the system keeps shifting the rules just to keep you boxed in. Ever felt like the world tells you to be free, yet chains you to old ways? Old rules no one says out loud, but everyone obeys. Here's the brutal truth. Most leaders, founders, and investors out there are stuck playing by a rulebook designed to keep the status quo alive. What if it was possible not just to bend those rules, but to completely rewrite them? Not with some magic, not with grand speeches or expensive strategies, but by tapping into a powerful tool hiding in plain sight: crowdfunding. This isn't about just raising money. It's about breaking the cage around creativity, connection, and courage. It's about leaders quietly building new worlds, while the rest are still dreaming about fixing broken systems. The stakes are higher than ever. You feel it, don't you? That gnawing frustration when every pitch meeting leaves you drained. Every investor call feels rehearsed and hollow. Every system seems rigged to reward mediocrity over brilliance. You're tired of waiting for validation, waiting for someone to hand you permission. You want to move fast, build bold, and change the game entirely. Crowdfunding is the secret weapon those leaders use, not just to fund ideas, but to forge communities, to create movements, and to rewrite what's possible in leadership itself. The old ways were about climbing ladders built by others. Crowdfunding flips that. It hands you the power to gather, to unite, and to ignite real change, directly from the people who believe in your vision, not just the gatekeepers of capital or tradition. Imagine a world where your power isn't limited by your title or your network, but by your ability to inspire and connect. Crowdfunding breaks down walls designed to keep the exceptional isolated and misaligned. It's not just about money, it's about synergy, building a collective that amplifies your strengths, challenges your limits, and fuels your fight against a world built to hold you back. But here's the catch. This power doesn't just fall into the laps of those who wait. It's fiercely claimed by those who burn inside, the ones who refuse to live a borrowed life, the ones who'd rather break every rule than bend under pressure. This is for those who know the world lies to them, telling them they're free while they're still just cogs. Crowdfunding is the rebellion, the tool, the lifeline for those ready to stop adapting and start becoming. You're not just building a product or launching a campaign. You're building an army of believers who carry your story because it resonates deep inside them. And that's the real magic. When people put their skin in the game, when they invest not just money but their trust and passion, your idea explodes beyond spreadsheets and pitch decks. It becomes unstoppable. Here's a secret too few leaders understand. Crowdfunding isn't about asking for money. It's about offering a promise of change, of freedom, of a future that's forged together. It's a call to those who see the world not as it is, but as it could be if enough souls dared to rebel. Most of the time, the voices you think you need, the investors, the advisors, the industry experts, they're training you to stay small, safe, and simple. Crowdfunding rejects all that. It's messy, raw, vulnerable. It demands you strip away your armor, expose your vision, and invite others into your journey. And this is exactly why it's so powerful. It builds trust where none existed. It awakens passion buried by years of compliance and quiet desperation. Feel that fire inside yet? That restless hunger? That's no accident. It's the call of leadership unchained. But here's a warning. Crowdfunding is brutal if you don't understand the game beneath the game. It's not about flashy marketing or throwing money at ads. It's about deeply understanding your people, your tribe, your few. Those misfits hungry for something beyond more noise and empty promises. It's about crafting a story so authentic, so raw, it becomes magnetic. It's about building slow, burning connections that last beyond the campaign's end. Those leaders rewriting the rules? They act like architects of new realities. They don't just launch campaigns. They design ecosystems where everyone involved becomes a part of something bigger, a movement. They don't just raise funds. They raise voices, spirits, revolutions. Maybe you've tried the old ways. Polished pitches, high-profile investors, cold emails into the void. They barely move the needle. That's because the real engine is a loyal, fiercely passionate crowd ready to burn with you. Crowdfunding unlocks this loyalty. It turns what feels like loneliness and isolation into connection and relentless momentum. What feels like chaos becomes a symphony of aligned purpose. Remember, the world was never designed for leaders like you, the rare ones who refuse to sit still, who dream bigger, who don't need permission. Crowdfunding is the answer because it's the tool that creates space for the exceptional. It's a network where misfit brilliance finds strength in contrast, where differences ignite innovation instead of division. Here's what you must hold tight. Your value doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from standing out, from being relentlessly selective with who you align with, who you invite into your movement. Crowdfunding makes that possible by letting you curate your circle, build your ecosystem, and grow it side by side with those few who see the world like you do. This is no quick fix or magic bullet. The leaders who master crowdfunding know it's a long game. Patience is their weapon, transformation their goal. It's not about chasing easy wins or popularity contests. It's about creating lasting impact that bends reality itself. Think about it. The digital age promised us freedom but handed us algorithms and platforms designed to dilute our voice. Crowdfunding rewrites that script. It gifts you the infrastructure the system forgot to build. A place where radical ideas thrive, rare talents connect, and the misunderstood become unstoppable. This is the kind of freedom that smiles at the old world's face and says, "You no longer own me." The leaders who understand this secret are already changing everything, without fanfare, without waiting. They're not asking for permission. They're assembling their tribes, wiring their networks, and blowing up every assumption about how power and leadership are supposed to work. You want to break free from the noise? Tired of being lost in the echo chamber of stale advice and tired traditions? Crowdfunding is the key that unlocks a world where your leadership doesn't just survive, but thrives fiercely, wildly, and unapologetically. Picture the moment when your community rises with you, not because you begged for attention, but because you showed up, raw and real, with a vision impossible to ignore. That moment when your idea transcends currency and becomes a movement with its own heartbeat, a living, breathing force capable of rewriting futures. It's not easy. It's not for everyone. But if you hear the call, the quiet, aching urge inside that says this is your moment, then crowdfunding is your weapon. It's your path out of a world that teaches silence into a life that screams possibility. Leaders rewriting the rules aren't waiting for change. They're creating it. One backer, one believer, one bold step at a time. No more waiting. No more playing small. No more shrinking your vision to fit inside someone else's box. Crowdfunding isn't just about cash, it's about reclaiming your autonomy, your creativity, your meaning. It's about connecting deeply with those who burn like you do, the few who see the impossible and say, "Watch me." So, what's holding you back? The system? The fear? The stories you've been told? Break them. Tear the rulebook in half and shard by shard build your own. Because leaders like you don't follow rules. They shatter them, remake them, and lead others through the cracks. And crowdfunding is the tool that turns that spark into an unbreakable blaze. Get ready. The future isn't waiting. It's being built, quietly, fiercely, by those who refuse to settle. Will you be one of them?